Alright guys, here we are at my temporary workbench. This will get a lot nicer once I build the layout, but the location actually is going to be right where we are. So, as you guys saw, I picked up another one of these just because with the New Haven script on it, I love the way they look. I love these cars in the first place, but the Weaver ones with the New Haven script on them, they give it a nicer look. So because I got a second one and maybe a third and a fourth on the way, possibly, I figured I'd be able to break these down, how I went about them, how I weathered them, and how I did the interior detailing on these. So get that out of the way. I'll give you a quick brief history on these as I break this one down. So, my coworker is a HO guy. I know. I try not to knock him too much, just here and there at work. I shouldn't say here and there, every day. I give him a hard time. So, he's an HO guy, which therefore most HO guys are. Everything's got to be prototypical. So there's a picture I will include in this video of 3 of these cars sitting in the old New Haven yard, which is right where I work out of in Hartford. Sitting at, I forget if it's Hartford, the Hartford Courant, or some Hartford newspaper is what the building used to be. So what would happen is, in the off potato season, the B&M or New Haven or whoever leased these cars, to continue making revenue service with them, they'd haul rolls of paper for the newspaper. So he told me this one day. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't mind about learning history of the way things used to be done and everything else. And then once I found out that my wife had family that worked on the New Haven, everything just went from there, and I need more New Haven stuff now. I was never a fan of the New Haven, and as you can tell right now, I'm a fan of the New Haven. I currently have at the filming of this video, the Sea Liner, the Atlantic, and something special that's coming in. So yeah, so in the off season they're doing paper. So I figured, with the fact that I'm modeling fall, I can kind of grasp both still hauling potatoes and still hauling paper. Okay, so I already messed up here a little bit. I forgot to do something. Now, the last car I did, that had weights in it, which I might do something with this one, just to put some weight in it. They're the Weaver plastic trucks. Nobody likes them. I don't feel like spending $30 on a new set of trucks for each one of these. Down the road, maybe. Right now, no. Just gonna make a mark about how far back I'm going to bring my wood flooring. Now, I cut these a tad bit longer just in case I don't get my cut just right. And the fact that you're gonna have a little bit of a threshold from the car body, just sand it back a little bit. You can get a nice, clean, tight fit. So, I know not everyone cuts their wood like this, but the fact that, like I said, I'll glue it on, sand the sides of it, get it all nice so you lose the crimp down ends. I don't know how else you'd explain it. Once you go in and you sand that, it takes it away. You don't see it. It goes right up against the car body. I don't have enough of these in that board thickness, so And I just checked it. I'm going to clear my door opening. So the rest of these are just going to be, they're way too big for board planks. Once the pallets are in place, you're not even going to see these. So these are, in a sense, just going to act as risers for the pallet so that everything's level. I got my boards where they need to be lined up with the door opening. So I'm going to make another mark. I'm going to glue these ones on first. That way I have 4 of these for each side and work out. Okay, so I got everything glued up. Just going to use this as a straight edge. This way. One side, preferably your side that the door is always going to be open on. It's nice and straight. There's a couple. Another one's got a bad cut to it. That way you only have to worry about one side cleaning up, and that'll be the side of your door that's not open. So now on to our pallets. So I ended up picking these up at the Amherst show back in January. And these are from Banta Model Works. So I was previously using these plastic, I forget who made them. They're very easy to put together, but it's a pallet. You can't stain it, you can paint it, weather, dry brush it. Doesn't look good as natural wood. So Banta makes these, that's even pronouncing it right, these pallet kits. It comes with 2 pieces to put these together and making it easier. It was a pain for me. So I just used tweezers and put it together the hard way, in a sense. Hitting a couple spots. Start with the center one. There we go, paper rolls. So I already made a couple, as you can see. Broke apart the pallets. I'll go over that in a second. This is what they look like when they're done. I'll paint the top white, obviously, and then weather the pallet, place it on, and we'll be good. So all I end up doing is getting some wooden dowels. I want to say this is 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch, I want to say, by 1, I believe. Right? Yeah, 3/4 by 1. And then I get my paper, cut that on a paper cutter or scissors. Paper cutter is the easiest. I'll use your preferred glue, whatever you want to use. Get some glue on it. And just roll it. And the last little section, I add a little bit more glue. Depending what kind of glue you use is going to determine how quickly that dries. So I kind of wedge it in my wire cutters here. And I get my banding material. I did that wrong. And then just tie it. So our pallets. Now, as you can see, there's little tabs here on the edge of each one of these boards. You could take your X-Acto knife and cut it. I just do this. It's a little bit faster. If the ends get messed up a little bit, well, hey, pallets don't get treated good. And just carefully break it. Boom, pallet's ready to go.